So hello friends, as you all are aware that my project is about real-time object detection. So what is real-time object detection? So it is basically detecting the object at the real instance. Suppose we are going on a road or something, we are walking anywhere. Suddenly comes some object come in front of us, or we see some object in front of us nearby. So we can detect that this is object belongs to the particular classes. Like somewhere we are walking and we see some dogs running by side and some people like doing some running or something, or there are some obstacles like pebbles or stones in front of us. So that is means we are taking the real world object at the real time at the particular that instance. So basically to determine the real time object, we use there are various previous version or software that you can use, but the most latest technology that is developed is yellow algorithm. What is yellow algorithm? Yellow algorithm. This is the most recent technology developed to detect the object. The full form of yellow is you only look once. You only look once means looking at the object at once, it can detect the what particular type of object is that. It doesn't need to process the data phase by phase, then need to detect the result. By looking at once, it will detect the object, what is that object, and the level is related to it, that, and it will by detecting the object like someone, it detects the object like something in the image of dog. Then it will also show the level here that it is a dog. It will also show the level which particular class object is that, and the prediction of something like 99% accuracy that it is a dog, or 93% according to the image resolution or the image type of image, the clarification of image, it can detect what is the percentage that it is a dog or something else. So now moving ahead, as we already know, it is a real-time object detection. We should know that how it is detected, how this is used for the detection. So we will now see how this detection works. For the working process, there are three steps for the working. The first one step is image classification. Second one is object localization, and the third one is object detection. Third one is object detection. So moving to the first part, image classification. Image classification is basically useful to classify different type of images. There are different sorts of images that this is one data set. So there will be many types of images, like images of different dogs or cats or cars or persons. Different sorts of images will be there. So it is to classify what sort of images we are giving to the machines. So other one is image localization. So if there are some objects, we can see if there is one background and there are different types of objects. One car is present here. One person is playing here, and there are some sort of trees in the background, and many things. So, where the object is located, and what this car is located at this position, person is located at this position. So, there is tree or something, many objects will be there. So, in this particular frame of picture, where the object is located, at what position, what is the matrix of that image? It is located in the center, or it is in the right corner, left corner, or right corner. This type of object localization. And the third one is object detection. It is used to find out the image, that particular what image it is, and by providing the bounding box. Sometimes it detected the person, that here is a person. I am talking about object detection. It detected that it is a person. So it detects like between the bounding box. So if there is a person detected here, so it will what it will do that it will form a box outside the person in which the image will be captured. Then it will show this is a box will be formed, and this box there is a name of the object that this is a person. It will be labeled here that it is a person. And the accuracy that it is a person. How much sure the image is that it is a person? Just like 93% or 99%, it varies as the image. How is the image is clear? How much the image is clear? So these are the three steps for the image classification. These three steps are basically for the algorithm which are based on the classification basis. So now I will show you what are the algorithm based on classification. So algorithm based on classification. Algorithm based on classification. So there are different type of object based classification. The first one is RCNN, that is reason convolution neural network. We already know about CNN. So the first one is FRCNN, fast reason convolution neural, and the third one is retina mint. These are the algorithm which are based on classification to detect the real-time object, and these three there are included these three stages. First it detect classify the image, then it localize the image, then it detect the image. So these are based on this. But the yellow, we are talking about the yellow, which is the latest one and which is the fastest one to detect. The FPS rate, the FPS rate of all these three algorithms are slower than the FPS rate of this yellow algorithm. FPS rate is frame per second. FPS represents frame per second. Frame per second. Rate. How much frames are captured in per second of the object? So that is FPS. So FPS detects solves that how fast we can track the object. Sometimes we see that it lacks the image buffers and it lacks the pace of the image. Sometimes we write something here on the board. We write something on the board. When we end up writing at last line, we saw that we are still in the second here only. We have completed up here, but we may saw that we are here only. That is the lag which overcome by the yellow algorithm. So now we will just do this in our and talking about the yellow, it is not based on the classification algorithm. It is algorithm which is based on the regression. So now yellow is algorithm. Yellow is algorithm which is based on regression. Based on regression. So what is algorithm? What is that is based on regression? It means it detects the object by looking only at once. It doesn't carry out the process like select the regions of interest in which like we have previously selected the region and then only classify the images and this. We directly does all those sort of things in the minimum time and at the once only. It will do all the tasks at once only, like localization, bounding box, and creating the level of image. So that is why also the FPS rate of this algorithm is high. There are many versions of yellow algorithm, version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, and latestly it has been developed version 5. But we are doing mostly talk about the version 4, which is second development. So the accuracy rate and image classification rate and FPS rate of version 4 is higher than the previous version 1 to 3. That is its the really the object is detected using the yellow, how the image is processes. So now we will see the main part, how the object is detected in this. When we give some images to this yellow function, then how it is detected. So for the first part we will see, we have to, for the detection, the first important part is of data. Now where we can get the data. So without data we cannot do the process, further process in any type of algorithm or object detection, because we have to train the object first, train the machine first by giving the object that this sort of particular data belongs to this class here. Without training, the machine cannot detect this type of data. So the most important is the data set. So the most important part is data set. So for the yellow format, you can refer to the Kaggle data set, or Kaggle data set, or you can refer to the Coco data set. These are the two sites which provide the yellow data set, or you can say yellow weight. And by downloading the data set from here, we can easily convert that into yellow data, and then we can train that model. So for converting the data or training the data, we can use the concept of dark net. You can use the concept of dark net, which is mostly associated with yellow. In yellow V4, where is V4? Right? So we use CSP dark net 53 in this detection or training the object. For training the object, suppose we have downloaded the data set which have 1000 images present in that. Right? 1000 images is present in that data set. So almost 750 data. We can take that 700 or 750 images from that data set, and we can train that data for the more accuracy rate. The more amount of data will be trained, the more accuracy rate will be achieved. So when we train the data, the first important part is there are two types of data set. One is custom data set. Other is pre-trained data set. So if we have downloaded pre-trained data set, so we will not have the tension of training the data, because it is already trained by other person and uploaded in that site. So we can download directly pre-trained data set. We can work on that, or otherwise we have to download custom data set. Then we have to train the data set, train the images, and then further we will go for the testing of the data. Okay. So suppose right now we go to the custom data set. So if we will go to the custom data set, then we have to train it first. So for the training part, so when we are training the data, as like I said, we are knowledge images, photo maximum accuracy, then we can take 700 to 650 to 750 images from that and train all that object. So so when you train the object, there are 1000 files, right? So after training and labeling the data, labeling means we are providing all the details that this is a particular sort of database. This is a person, so we label that it is a person, and when the other email of person will be detected, so that this labeling can appear there by repeating that this is a person. So when you train the 1000 images, then with each images, right? With each images, there will be one text file associated with it. You can see that in the computer. So it's like one image dot first image dot txt, then one image dot jpg, then one image dot jpg. After the training, with each images, there will be one txt file associated, like two image dot txt file will be there. Like similar for 1000 images, there will be 1000 txt files associated just below that. Right? We solve the bounding boxes and result the labeling of that images. Right? So after the training part, there come the roles of CNN. Okay, CNN, which we have earlier learned. So if for understanding this whole concept, we have to understand how the CNN part works. Actually, how it is classified in how different filters are there and how different convolutional layers and the pooling are applied to the images. So you can exactly extract that particular features from that object. Okay. So now we will go to that part. Now we will go to the CNN part. So for the CNN part, first we have to know the architecture of the CNN, how CNN works fully. So I will quickly do that part. And before that, I will have to say that my particular domain is about detecting the any obstacles that comes in the front of any vehicles that moving on the road. Just like you can detect the signboard or detect the traffic light set and similar. That is what I am working on. So now we got the CNN part. We understand the architecture of CNN, how it works. So let me draw the architecture diagram first, so that it will be more clear. We have right now we have one images here that the dimension is 60 into 60 and this is 3 means that is the colored image. This is colored image. This is the colored image. Now we are applied 32 filters in this image. For example, we have applied 32 filters. So 5 s equal to 1, p equal to 2. We have already known the concept of this filter. This is stride, we have the one stride and this is the concept of padding. Okay, we have already did that in CNN part. So for calculating the first convolutional layer 1, there is one formula which is pertaining this. The formula is m plus 50 minus plus 1 upon s multiplied with the same thing. M plus 50 minus plus 1 upon s. So we have already know this value, filter, stride and this padding. F equal to filter, S is stride and P is padding. So you can put the value here and is the dimension of this. So you can directly put value 60 into this. P is our 0 minus filter plus 1 upon stride value is 1. So similarly we can do 60 into 2 times 0 minus 5 plus 1 upon 1. So after calculating we can get 56 into 32. That is the output of the convolutional 56 into 56 into 32. Now we say that there is 3, how it comes to 32. So this is the number of filters we have used. After the first processing of convolution layer 1, the number of filters we use will appear here. That is, we have 32 filters and 32 will appear here. Yes. Now we will do the max pooling. If you have the max pooling here, we have learned in the CNN part what is max pooling. And the filter is 3, stride 2 and padding is 0. So that is the pooling. That is pooling 1. So the image will come 27 into 27 into 32. How this come? I am trying to save this formula. If If you apply this formula, this result will come here. Then this is the first conventional layer and first full part done. If you want to stop this, we can stop this here only, because it depends on how much dimension we have to reduce. Pulling is mainly to dictate the dimension of and extracting the features from it. Okay, so you have want to stop there, 27 you can stop there, and directly use the fully connected layer. Convert these images into one dimension, convert this image into one dimension, and then use fully connected layer here, fully connected layer, and then the output will be produced with a single image. So this is all. If you want to use a more calculational and more calculational layer, you can similarly you can use the calculational layer 2 and apply the filter and apply the same formula. You can reduce the size to the mode after this, and again this will be calculational 2. Again we will apply max pulling to it. Then the size will be more reduced. Size will be reduced more. Size will be reduced more, and the image will be have more clarification after what this will be pulled to. Similarly, this is the whole concept of how the CNN detects the object and detects is all the features, and when the small features that it carries in the object, it detects all the features or locate all the objects. This is how the CNN works in this object detection program. So as we already know, my particular domain is how the vehicle can detect the obstacles while running on the road. So this is the process, how the image will be processed while the vehicle will be installed with the software, and when it will see the image, different images, and this is the process how it will detect all the images. So there are many processes to solve this problem. The first one, I will go with the first one. The first one is make the GitHub repository. Make the GitHub repository. Clone it with clone this one with clone it with darknet. Clone it with darknet using Google Colab. Okay, this is the first step. For that, we have to make one GitHub repository. We have to upload our code and sample images to GitHub repository. Then by using Google Colab, we can directly clone it to darknet, and I can run it the analytic process on that. And the second method is we can use Python. We can use Python and OpenCV. Okay, OpenCV. So to perform this, it will be perform on Python. We have download Python software first in our laptop, and then can detect the object with Python and using OpenCV. So OpenCV is very easy to install in Python, or you can also use Anaconda Navigator. So you can Anaconda Navigator to install, and you can install the CD2 by pip install CD2 will pip install CD2 in Anaconda Navigator. You can directly install CD2 and you can run on the Python or in Python. So these are the two methods.